Thank you all for joining today's Training Tuesday. I am Heidi Reese, the Trainings Programs Manager for Dayton Superior. Want to go over a couple things before we get started. For those of you who have always been with us, you know the drill, right? But just want to remind everyone that those that have signed in are muted so that we don't hear anything behind the scenes other than the presenter themselves, so we can learn all about Awesome Tilt today. In addition, we do record each and every one of these, so if you ever want to hear them again, please feel free to go out to DaytonSuperior.com, and we have the latest and greatest that we've done. It's usually the month's worth, or at least 4 or 5 of them, and you can just search Training Tuesday, and you find the registration page and the page I'm referring to find all the ones we've done that then can point you to a tilt-up page or a bar support page or a bridge deck page. They're all out there organized so that you can review them, pass them on to people, and they point to our Dayton Superior YouTube channel. If there's ever anything that you guys want to see, please get in touch with Chuck or myself. If you don't know Chuck, most people do. He's our national training manager, and we can put together something. Maybe there's something we haven't hit on, or you want us to do it in a different way. Totally would love to talk to you about that. You can email us at training@daytonsuperior.com, and we can get together and find out the goods on what you want. All right, so let's get started. This training is for presentation purposes. Well, I get my words mixed up. This presentation is intended for training purposes only. Maybe I should just read the slide. What it means is we're going to go through products and we're just going to talk about them conceptually. You need to get out on DaytonSuperior.com and look at the technical data sheet, safety data sheet, application guides to make sure that you're using them the way they are intended to do. Obviously, we're going to go over things and we tell you how to do them, but there's loads and all kinds of numbers behind the scenes for engineering. We're proud of that. So please go out to DaytonSuperior.com and read that and make sure that you are aware of those. So who the heck is Dayton Superior? For those of you who don't know, we are the leading solution provider for concrete construction industry. We are proud to be from project bid all the way to the end. We want to be here for our end user, for accessories, chemicals, forming products. We have Simon's Forming and Shoring if you need that. They're very adaptable with each other and they can be used together, save you time and money. We've got chemicals for concrete repair and restoration, bridge deck, rebar splicing, precast, and of course tilt up like we're going to talk about today. As you can see on the screen, we've got all kinds of products, and these are designed to meet the needs of what you need. So we also have a contact page that you can contact and find out more about it. And again, a little plug for training. This is just a blurb we're doing. If you need something bigger and better or more or different, contact Chuck and me at training@daytonsuperior.com. Okay, we're here to talk about anchors, inserts, and accessories for tilt-up. And with us today is Manny Alicia, and he is our technical sales representative for tilt-up. And I want to tell you a little bit about him because he's pretty cool. He graduated from the University of South Florida with a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. Could be like my two brothers, Manny. I'm like the one who has decent math, but they've got the civil engineering. He's got over 10 years of experience designing tilt-up panels, and he started with Dayton Superior as an engineer. So he knows that behind the scenes. He's worked with our tilt works, he's talked to our customers, and then he moved right along into the tilt-up position for technical sales. So he gets out there in the field a little bit more, but he's got all of that to well round him out and to be a really good resource for all of our customers. And today he's going to key us in on some tilt-up information, tell us about applications, some history, and the products for a successful project. So Manny, take it away.
Thanks, Heidi. Made me sound way better than I am.
Oh no, you're awesome, man.
All right. Slide to move. There we go. So we'll start off with what is tilt up? Is an innovative, effective building method of building, right? So tilt walls are cast on site and then lifted into place with a crane, and then from there you would attach your braces to either a slab or a helical. So what are the trends in the market for tilt up, right? You could get into distribution facilities, manufacturing, churches, schools, multi-story semiconductors, schools, battery facilities. And then another one that's really popular is data centers. A lot of them are getting very large, and here at Dayton, we've designed plenty of those as well. Um, so what are some advantages of going with tilt up? Some of them would be the low cost, the flexible design, the speed at which you're uh, you're erecting, right? So you go ahead and get all your slab done and so on. You cast your panels by the time you're ready to lift. You can get jobs done in about, or panels lifted within a few days, really. So depending on the size. So once you're up and going, it's quick. Um, so what are the typical processes? You'll go ahead and pour your foundation in your slab. Uh, then from there, put down your cure, build your forms, apply your bond breakers, and then you would in the forms, place your inserts, both your lift and brace inserts, embeds, rebar, panel-based connectors, things of that sort. Uh, then from there, you would pour your concrete, allow it to cure. Once that is cured and up to strength, you will strip your forms and attach your braces, then lift them. And then once they're lifted into place, attach your braces to either the slab or a helical or an entrenched deadman. And then from there, your final attachments and you would install your roof as well. So Dayton history within Tilt Up. We have been in the industry for well over 60 years. We're a key contributor to TCA and continue to support them. We've even provided different trainings um, through TCA. So if you wanted to be like maybe a ACI Tilt Tech or something like that, we've proctored exams before in coordination with TCA. We've acquired leading industry technologies such as AccuBrace, TiltWorks, HK Composites. Within our company, we have over 220 years of combined experience in the field. And I believe back in 2021, we established our Superior Tilt team, and that is a group that is a mixture of estimation, engineering, job site delivery, and then job site solutions, which I am a part of. So, what do you get with Superior Tilt? You get a direct connection to our nationwide engineering network. That would be, people like myself for the technical sales side or lift and brace engineers, engineering managers, both the East Coast team, which has been here for a very long time, and our recently launched West Coast team as well, both very capable. Uh, you get project estimation services with expedited turnarounds. So, uh, with the estimation services, the nice thing is the group that's going to be doing your lift and brace would also be doing your estimations as well. We take um, one of our engineers and actually do the estimates that way, and we will stick to those estimates to the best of our ability. I mean, a lot of times you get estimates, you get pre-bid drawings or something like that. There's changes, but within reason, we will keep true to that estimate. Um, Lift and brace engineering packages, integrated BOMs, anything you could think of that you would need on the accessory side for a tilt project. Our BOMs will show that quantity, including chemicals as well. Engineer solutions that can adapt quickly to the ever-changing tilt market. We're very creative here, especially with solutions to maybe some difficult panels, some difficult tilt out there. We have a good group and we work hard to make sure we're always ahead of the curve. And then market focused solutions uh, to provide like bundled solutions with our accessories, chemicals, field accessories as well. So one thing here at Dayton, we have such a vast portfolio. We really can provide just about the entire job outside of maybe like end beds or something like that. Um, Here's just a list of our pipe braces. They range from the adjustable pipe braces that go from anywhere from 5 foot all the way to 30 feet. And then we have our fixed braces that range from our 17 footers all the way to our 62 footers. So when you're connecting your brace, one of the key features is a wall connection, which we have our wall plates, our standard wall plates used for all of our braces. But then in addition, we have a plate that will go to your base as well, so your slab. We have two different kinds, a one hole and a two hole. Primarily the two hole plate is when you get into really large buildings and you need a little extra capacity in order to reduce your brace count. In those scenarios, we'll use a two hole plate and attach to two connectors, and I'm going to be showing the connectors here shortly. Um, our lift insert portfolio, we primarily have two face pick inserts, the T275 and the T110. The T275 is the two-headed insert you see there. The single-headed is the T110. And then along with it, we have the, oh, we're a little ahead. Let's get back to the differences between T110 and T275. And the main differences, T110 comes in a sizes 5 inches and greater. So anything to do with, let's say, smaller panels or maybe insulated panels, you'll see a lot of T110s. T275, anything 7 1/4 and greater. Both have base plate options available. Well, mainly the T275 has the base plate, and T110 recently launched a semi version of that for when you're utilizing it in insulated panels. Right here, this is the T110 base plate. As you see here, it's more of like caps on the bottom of the insert so that you don't puncture the insulation when you're forming insulated panels. Skip here. So as I said, prevents piercing on insulated panels, reduce emergency lift plates. Anytime you do not want to push your insert into the insulation and then lower your insert, you won't be able to engage your clutch. Ensures a clean finish and eliminates the need for shims and maintains the insert height on those insulated jobs. Patch caps. I mean, there's options here for the T110 and the T275. Um, both molded engineered polymer, both made of molded engineered polymer, weather and chemical resistant. It's just a push-on fit. This is an option in case you don't want to grout out the inserts. And then our P92 FEW 12 ton. We also have another P92P, which we also use a lot in tilt applications. Mainly, these are our edge lift inserts. Primarily, you would use this for only edge lift applications or where you have maybe a spandrel panel and you're going to transfer from a face pick to an edge lift. That's usually done whenever you need to place a panel at perfectly at 90 degrees because anytime you do tilt, normally once the panel's up, you're hanging more so in the 80s or so degree range. So anytime you need to be completely at 90 degrees for placing purposes, these are the go-to. And then our T110 lifting clutch. Anything we use in our any of our tilt inserts uses this clutch. Um, all of them go through a QC process internally, and then they have a 12-ton safe working load at a 5-to-1 safety factor. And typically, this is the limiting factor when designing lift. Our inserts are typically stronger than what the clutch will allow, but just per our safety factors on the clutch, we have to go lower. Um, so along with our lift inserts, we have our brace inserts. We have two different kinds, our T6A heavy and our T5A heavy. The main difference is the T6A heavy is for when you're bracing to the inside of the building, to where you want the coil insert to be on the top face of your form. And the T5A heavy is when you're going more so to the outside of the building where you have you need your coil to face the outside or the bottom of the form. I mentioned earlier, whenever you're connecting your braces, you would need a certain type of bolt, right? So we specialize in bear cap bolts. There's two different kinds, a single and a multi-use. The difference between the two, single use is usually rated a little higher, primarily due to the fact that you're using it one time and then tossing it. We have rated the Bearcat multi-use Bearcat boat a little lower, just to the fact that you will be using it more than once, right? So we're accounting for wear and tear on those. Um, Both of those, you do a pre-drilled hole, and then self-tapping, it self-taps into the concrete, creating a mechanical connection. And the nice thing about these are they're also what we use for our panel-based anchors as well. And then our T13 coil anchors, these are used less in the industry, but what's nice about these is we have a T13B option, and these are a drill and expansion anchor, specifically designed for post-install applications, primarily for strongbacks. So you would, um, drill in, put in the T13 into the panel, and then at the top, you'll see there's a section where you actually attach coil rod to it as well. So if you ever having a mistake on the job or something where you'll need strong backs on it now, instead of pre-designing it, it becomes a post design. These are the good way to go. I mentioned our panel base anchor earlier with the Bearcats. This is the product right here. It meets ACI 318 for both cracked and uncracked concrete. The nice thing about this, like I said, it uses our Bearcat bolt, which has been tested in accordance to ACI 355 for both cracked and uncracked concrete. And I believe it currently is the only bolt of any manufacturer that uh, it has been tested through ACI 355 for this application as well. The nice thing about this product, it'll reduce labor costs, so you don't need specified welders on site. You can replace weld plates with panel-based anchors. It also comes with a shear plate option should the engineer of record require some extra shear strength or possible seismic as well. We meet all seismic um, requirements A through F. A little bit more on our accessories. Here is our line of insulated ties. We have the Delta tie, the Yeti, our HK composite line. From left to right, it's the vertical pour, the standard tie, the double prong, and the composite action tie, all used in different applications within tilt. And then our slew of rebar chairs as well for both your slab and your panels. Our plate dowel system, our T28, these are primarily used between the joints of slabs in order to transfer the load between the sections. They come with two parts, the plate itself, and then a color-coded plastic sleeve. All you would do is nail that into the form, nail the sleeve into the form, find it after the concrete's uh, cured and the forms are stripped, and then just place your dowels and then pour this other section of slab as well. And it comes in three different sizes: 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 3/4. B66 and T69. The V66 is a slab saver. It is a 2-inch PVC edge piece that you put at the bottom of tilt walls. This primarily used for when you're moving the panel. Uh, it's nice to have it at the bottom to provide a closer to frictionless reaction to the slab. That way you don't have concrete on concrete and possible chips in your panel or your slab. And then the T69 T-strips, they're primarily used just in between saw cuts, easy install. You just push them down and go from there. Reveals, justifications, and chamfers. We also provide a slew of options there as well for whenever you're forming your panels and need different reveal options. We have a Dayton bar A95. This is usually used primarily when you're initially lifting, help pry the panel off the casting slab. Uh, and honestly, it's a crowbar. I'll be honest with you guys. Uh,
I
and
am
then
laughing at you and I was on mute, but yeah, it's a crowbar, but it's an excellent crowbar, Manny.
it's our crowbar. Yeah. Yeah, I think I went one too far. But the previous slide, if I could get to it, I'm struggling here. Can't find the back button. There we go. One more. All right. Our pre-81 shim packs, this is primarily used just for leveling the panel once you sit them. They come in a group where you can kind of snap them, stack them on top of each other to level out the panel before you grout it. And our new T72 roof nailer, this is launched roughly about a year ago. It's primarily used for connections between wood and tilt panels at the roof lining. Um, it comes with it's a pre-assembled product, easy process. All you have to do is grab the piece, get a extended drill bit, and just screw it into the form prior to setting your rebar or your inserts. Makes it a little easier when you're drilling in to not have any conflicts or just have a tight cramped space. Um, The three slotted design on the plastic cone allows for better concrete flow and consolidation. And it's made of a plastic non-corrosive, high-strength material, zinc-coated and self-tapping wax screw. The nice thing is, recently we just added a washer within this as well to help when you get when or help reduce the chances of possibly stripping the screw from the plastic. So we're consistently trying to evolve and up our or make our products better. I think from here I'll hand it over to Heidi.
All right, yeah. So if you want to see about our fancy dancy crowbar, we've got a probably TDS for that. So it's on our website, DaytonSuperior.com. I referenced that at the beginning. You can pretty much find anything there. If you don't know where the heck to find it or links, just search for it. There's a top search area. Like, for example, you can just search for AccuBrace and then you'll see a product page. And then the TDS there on the bottom left, an image on your screen will appear. Everything pretty much, if it's appropriate for the part or it's related somehow, such as a tilt-up handbook or a downloadable success story, it's going to be on that product page. You see an example of that product page on the bottom right there with the T14 with all the various tilt-up wall braces shown. But you'll see all those blue words that you probably can't see. That's what I'm referring to. There's links there. My point is that we've got it for you. We also have a way for you to find us with the who to contact. You'll see that right in the middle of the page. Click or call when you need answers. That's as simple as going down in the toolbar and saying contact us, and boom, you've got these maps. You can search on the state that you reside in, and then you can find your technical sales representative, like the Mannies of the world. If you need something for splicing, they're on there as well. In addition, we have, well, Chuck and I are on there for the training, so you can contact us. You've got your dealer sales manager and your customer service. What if you need some Simon's forming and shoring? Well, that's another map, and you can find that as well. And we're here for you. I really liked how Manny said the concept of we pretty much have everything except I think you mentioned one thing we didn't, which was minor, but we are a bid to build kind of company. We say single source, we see all these, marketing lingos, but I want you to know it's real important to us that we provide you with software that you can utilize, whether you need us to run it by the engineering group or if you want to purchase a subscription. We've got the training for you. Manny can go out and do a lunch and learn. Chuck can do something. I'm the organizer. You can contact us. My point is that we're here for you if you need us. So with that, I'm going to go through these resources, but get those questions in if you have any. You can do it through the chat functionality or the question and answer section, and Manny will get that answered for you. I'm going to keep on going with resources because I referenced that we had those engineering services. So if you needed something like what it says here, lifting, point brace, and anchors, we're talking about anchors, inserts, accessories. We've got the complete package. And if you need some site drawings and panel details, the tilt-up engineers can provide that with you. And if you need estimations, you just can simply send them this to this tilt-up estimate at daytonsuperior.com that you see on the screen and just ask them and they'll get back with you. Again, all of this is on daytonsuperior.com. There's a page that has all this information. Just want to show you guys and let you know that we have it and can help you. the estimation tool. There's a free tool online that you can do the estimations pretty clearly for the lifting and bracing inserts that you need for your project. And if you just have questions and you just maybe want to say hi, no, I'm just kidding, but engineering questions, these are the contact information that you will need to get a hold of them. I don't see any questions, Manny. I think you did so well that nobody needs anything answered, but if you guys find that you do, we're here for you. I keep referencing the training at Dayton Superior. Chuck is so knowledgeable. Manny's on the map. We can get you the information you need. If you need some additional training, just scan that QR code right there that you see, and it'll get right to us. So one more minute if you've got a question. I want to remind you that these are recorded, and I'm going to put this one out on our YouTube, Dayton Superior YouTube channel, and put it out on our DaytonSuperior.com website in the areas for tilt, and you can get to it later. All right, Manny, thanks so much for doing your thing. I know you're in an airport in Utah, and I can't even hear a plane, so I'm extremely impressed by that. I appreciate you taking the time to talk about all of this and show your knowledge to us.
Thank you.
Thanks. See you guys next Tuesday. Bye now.